I forgot to plug us in.
Welcome, guys.
We're live. There, you need to be plugged in so we don't go dead.
Yeah.
So, welcome. We are back. We are doing a live stream on Saturday because it's the day that works for us because it's the one day that we, for the most part, don't have anything going on. Kate is, no, I don't want any coffee. Kate is filling in for her dad right now because he, right as we were getting ready to go live, got a call. So, hey, Two Family Homestead, how are you? So,
hello, Butterfly Enterprise.
So, Kevin gave me all of his notes because he's got a whole bunch of notes.
I've got all of his websites up right here.
Yeah.
I have no clue what we're talking about.
You like our chicken gargoyle?
Oh, yeah. It's going to stare at us the whole time that we're doing the show.
That's awesome. Max got that for Kevin for Christmas. So, what we were going to do, Kevin wanted to start out with naming, like we have videos of the people that we watch, and we're going to give you the name of the video. It's their most watched video. We're going to give you the name of the video, and you're going to have to tell us who the channel is. So the first one is a chicken coop for $50 and a 1-hour build. So does anyone know who that is?
It's a pretty long title. Let's repeat it for them again.
Chicken coop for $50 and 1 hour to build it. So
chicken coop for $50 and 1 hour to build it.
So does anyone know
it's not
whose
Big Family
top
Homestead.
video that is?
It's not Big Family
nope,
Homestead.
Not Big Family Homestead.
Hello, Amy T.
Think Beard.
Hi, Dad.
Think Beard. He shouldn't be texting. He's driving right now.
Yeah.
I know you know this one. So.
But don't tell it.
So we should give him. We'll tell him. Let's see.
What about White House?
Nope, not White House on the Hill. We'll give one more guess to somebody. Yeah. So, hey Alice. Say hi to people as they come in.
Hi,
so
guys.
One more guess. So, or not. Let's see. What is
Hands free, baby.
Yeah. Oh,
Pratt family?
Pratt family. No, it is Doug and Stacy. So, I guess the beard thing can be just about anybody in the homesteading community.
Well,
but
not everyone has a beard, but most of them have a beard.
Yeah, but Doug has like a magniflorious beard, man. He's got the whole Amish beard thing going.
Yeah.
All right, so somebody on here should get this one because it's actually their video.
Yeah.
So, pineapple sunshine cake. Whose video is that?
Are they allowed to say it if it's them?
Yes.
Okay, you're allowed to say it if it's you.
There's no prize.
Just saying.
There's no prize.
There's no prize.
So, pineapple sunshine cake. Who was that?
It's Two Family Homestead.
So, let's see. Tractor video for kids, Real Farm Tractors. So, who is that?
Oh, it was a long one, too.
That's a long one, too.
Like, Pineapple Sunshine Cake is like a short one, but then you got all these long titles. What?
Yep. Let's see. Anybody?
So, let's read again. Tractor video for kids, Real Farm Tractors.
So,
Who can you guess?
Fit Farmer. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Maybe we should give them 2 guesses or we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
So, so it's not Fit Farmer. These are great questions.
I agree. I don't even know the answers myself.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know the answers either. Kevin did all this research while I was busy making a run.
And it's not Pratt.
No, it is Justin Rhodes.
Justin Rhodes.
Justin Rhodes. We like Justin Rhodes. We bought a rare breed of hatching eggs from eBay.
We bought a rare breed of hatching eggs
from
eBay. I repeated that so you guys could get it. Because, again, with the long titles.
Gina, what are you doing? Get out from under there. Rose? Nope. Let's see. One more guess, maybe.
Yes, eBay.
eBay, yeah.
But
they bought them from
that's
eBay.
not the channel, though.
So that is White House on the Hill.
That's White House on the Hill.
And so, let's see. Curing bacon step by step.
Curing bacon.
You're not next. Well, this one. Cog Hill, nope. Oh.
That was from the previous one.
Oh, okay. See, curing bacon step by step.
It's not the homesteading family or the Pratt family.
Hi, Amy T. Hi. She's our Australian friend.
Hello.
Deep put no?
Deep.
Deep put
That
no.
might be, that may.
I think that was correcting the typing. So I think she may, Let's see. Yes,
yes,
South Homestead.
Preemie Mom to Twins got
Preemie
that.
Mom to Twins got it. Yeah, okay, gots. That's not.
I meant got it.
Okay, so let's see. Chicken breast in a Tupperware micro grill.
Micro grill?
Yeah,
What's a
Tupperware micro grill.
Tupperware micro grill.
So,
Like Tupperware and grill, just.
so whose video is that?
Whose video is there? Tupperware micro grill.
grill.
There's some stuff before that, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But
You know that one too, Max. Max is like, I know. So,
oh yeah, I know that one.
yeah.
Well, no, not really, but
So we have.
I know the
I can
answer now.
see the wheels. The wheels turning.
in everyone's heads, even
Yeah.
though we can't see you personally. But
So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and give this one because it seems like nobody knows the answer. This one is Angie's Pantry. So, all right, left her home for an hour. Let's see, left her alone for an hour.
hello, thinking of others.
So whose video is that one? Left her alone for an hour. That's a very, like, general, like,
Wait,
do you know this one?
I probably seen this video unintentionally because Dad loves this channel.
So, yeah, this is one of, actually, Kevin really likes this channel. I like this channel, too, but,
Yeah.
So, left her alone for an hour.
Left her alone for an hour.
So, whose video is that? Nobody seems to know. That one's Pure Living for Life.
Pure Living for Life.
Yeah.
Or isn't Pure Living for Life the people that are building their own house?
Yes, they're building a Sip's house, and it's a young couple. Yeah.
They're making ice
And
cream.
they just found out that they're having a baby.
Oh, that's nice.
Yay! So,
Most importantly, they make ice cream.
Amy T says this is hard. Okay, so starting a prepper pantry. Now, some people might guess the answer to another one,
Oh, yeah.
but this one, yeah, starting a prepper pantry. This is this channel's biggest, like, most viewed
It is
video.
not. Oh, Amy.
Oh, she got it.
right.
Amy R got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is not Prepstead or Bob, sorry. But
Yeah.
it is Gilbrook Farms. which
Gilbrook Farms.
They've been watching a lot of that lately,
Yes.
too.
So, let's see. Where is it? What's this one? Okay. Let's see. 10 degrees Fahrenheit in our RV. 10 degrees Fahrenheit in our RV.
You missed 2 words.
In our RV tiny house. That
Yeah.
might give it away.
That might give it away.
Yeah. We are guessing these channels and what their biggest
Video is.
the video that has the most views on it. Yes, that's right. Preemie Mom to Twins.
Has
So-
she gotten 2 right? Yeah, she's gotten 2 right
Yep,
so far.
yep.
Good job.
So, let's see here. And then goat birth, baby full.
Or if baby fall. It's
I don't
hard.
know.
Dad's handwriting.
Dad's
can be
handwriting is
hard
hard
to
to
read.
So it's a goat birth video.
Yeah.
So
Think about someone who's got goats.
goats.
Well, that doesn't really narrow it
Well,
down.
you know that doesn't because there's probably a lot of goat birth videos out there, but this is this channel's biggest viewed video. So wholesome roots,
No.
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 Max knows this one too. Yep, that's
Yep.
it.
Amy
Big
T
family.
got it. It's Big Family Homestead.
Oh no, Rhonda got it.
Rhonda?
Rhonda got it.
BFH stands for Big Family Homestead.
Okay.
So
All right.
they technically both got it right. They probably typed it out at the same time.
Okay, so I'm reading Kevin's notes and I
Okay.
don't understand what this is. Let's see, first video. I can't read his handwriting.
Yeah.
So, all right, so
We'll move on to that
Yeah, we're gonna
section.
move on to gardening. So this is
Oh.
the time of the year
Is
that
it really?
here, at least here in Ohio, you kind of start getting the bug a little bit.
What bug?
The gardening bug, because you know what this time of the year is? This is when all the seed catalogs come in.
Oh yeah.
So-
I like to circle. Personally, I like to circle all of the crazy colored or unrealistic ones. Like, if you have a pink banana seed, I will circle that.
She doesn't
And make
even-
sure my mom notices I circled it.
She doesn't even like bananas.
Hey, I can like bananas in something. like banana
You
bread
have- okay.
with chocolate chips in it
Okay. So
and smoothies.
and I know
And
it's probably not the most earth-friendly thing, but there's something about that catalog. Like, yeah, Baker Creek, yeah. There's something about having that catalog that, and again, it goes back to my childhood. My grandpa used to get like Johnny Seed and Burpees, and there was another one that I saw just recently, and it like sparked a memory. I remember him having it. It was one where you got trees and bushes and stuff like that from. And so I went online, and I've got like 20 different seed catalogs coming to me. Hi, Bandana Grandma.
I don't think that's the most you've had, though.
I think I have an illness.
Yeah.
I have it like that.
Like,
that is
some women like magazines and like beauty catalogs. No, my mother is a seed catalog
And
person.
it's not that I actually need any more seeds, because I'm right here.
She's got a whole portfolio.
So I have a whole portfolio.
And 2 tins full.
A whole portfolio full of seeds, because thanks to the last two seed exchanges that we've had, we've gotten a ton of them. So
yeah.
And then I've got like 2 cans full of seeds. So
yeah.
So I don't actually need more seeds. Now, here's my thing. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something new and exciting and that weird thing I want to try to grow. You know, and that's something my grandpa always did. He always
Then
had.
Why haven't we grown bananas?
Because we can't really grow bananas in Ohio.
My great-grandfather, he planted pecans in Ohio, and apparently that's not possible.
2-family homestead, I would be, but the problem is our schedule is so hectic right now, and the last seed exchange I was part of, the thing got stuck at my house for 2 weeks, and I couldn't get it mailed out because like life was crazy. So I'm gonna pass on this one, but the next one that comes around, I will definitely do that. But like I said, it just got, I felt so bad because I'm like, and then I lost the person's address. I had to email them and go, hey, can I have your address so I can send the box to you?
Yes.
So, it was crazy. So this is the time. We've been out in our yard, kind of, you know.
I had to turn the compost pile today. I got the one with all the hay in it, and that's really hard to turn.
Yes, we are using our phone to record. We use our iPhones. We don't have fancy camera-y things. So, but yeah, Katie and Miles, I came home today. I had to go get something for my mom today. And so I went down to Cincinnati, and I come home, and the kids are taking some stuff apart. They are turning the compost pile. We've got leaves in our garden beds, and then we've taken the ash from our fireplace, and because we had a lot of trees that had come down in our neighborhood, and our neighbor across the street, I have is it the iPhone 7? Is that what I have? So something like that. It's an iPhone. But across the street, our neighbor, our neighbor, they had a tree, like limbs break off, and so they gave us the wood.
Yeah.
And so we've been burning that in our fireplace.
A lot of wood.
Yeah.
Like we've got a thing that's full of it out there. We got some by our garage. We got some in here.
And we know that, hi Kelly, we know
Kelly.
that a wood burning fireplace is not the most efficient, but we're going to kind of work with what we have right now, because it does, if we close all the doors, it does keep that one room or the couple of rooms pretty warm.
Lately, my room has been really warm compared to the rest of the house. I do not know why.
She has the smallest room besides the bathroom.
I do.
So
and
usually
I've probably
the smaller room.
got the most amount of furniture out of all of us too. So
yeah. But so yeah, we're in the process of imagineering what our garden is going to be. And I told Kevin, I said, depending on, what we can afford, like we've got the garden bed. So make sure you're reading comments to me if anybody asks anything. But we've got our garden bed going, and hit that thumbs up, folks. And so we're thinking about, okay, we've got a tree in the backyard that's probably going to come down in the spring. We had a tree in the front yard that we took down, and thank God we did, because the branch that hung over our house was completely hollow in the middle. And the guy that took it down, he said one good windstorm, he goes, and you wouldn't be taking a tree down, you would be doing some major home renovations. So we have one in the backyard that we're going to take down, which is going to make it more open. There's going to be more sun there, and so we're going to be planting more there. My mom had a deck that she had redone, and we're going to repurpose the wood from the deck and hopefully build some new like garden beds. And we're gonna move the ones that I had last year away from the garage and away from the fence, because the squares in the fence were too big to keep critters out of. Like they crawled through the front
Not
fence
to
and
mention
ate
that
everything.
our cat and our dog did not help.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull it away, and then that way we can protect it better if it is like if you saw before, we put chicken wire around everything, and we're gonna try to do a kind of a cover. Like we had chicken tractors that were made out of PVC pipe, and we're gonna repurpose some of those that we had and kind of put a cover over top of the things that were growing, so the squirrels won't eat our stuff.
You know, like the square, like, I don't know if it's like deep enough, but like the square, wood things on the bottom of the chicken tractors, couldn't we use those too?
We could. I mean, we could, but I think we needed a little deeper. But what we could do is like hinge it so that it would, you know, flip up or something.
I have a question though.
Yes.
What are you planning on planting this year?
So this year, I want to try carrots, because
Remember when we planted carrots one year and it looked like it had,
because
wearing
carrots
pants?
grow as deep as the dirt that you have.
Yeah,
And we had dirt that was only that deep, so we had carrots that were that long.
Yeah.
So I watched a video one time of Bumblebee Junction, and she was pulling her carrots out of. She had a flower, not a garden bed that was probably about 10 to 12 inches deep. And I have one that I know is 10 inches deep. So I want to try carrots in that one. But watching her pull those carrots out, I was like, oh, I want to try that. But I have to protect it from the critters that want to eat it.
Yeah.
So we got to pull it away from the fence. So I want to try carrots. I want to do some lettuces again. I want to do tomatoes. And I'm going to do them in a different spot this year, because though they did well in our front flower bed, the squirrels just ate them up, and I could not get the. I mean, it was like I couldn't. They would almost be ripe, and we did have stuff around, and they were still getting to them. But at some point, it got too big, and I couldn't contain it.
Yeah.
So.
And this year, me and her, mostly me, I want to learn how to like can salsa and all of that.
Yeah.
And.
So we're gonna
try to protect our tomatoes so that way I can do that with
and,
our homemade.
And here's something that I learned last year is that we did those hay bales, straw bales. I found that peppers did awful in those. They did terrible. We're not gonna plant peppers there, but our tomatoes did fantastic. They did fantastic in there. So I had these little, I got them in the seed swap. They were the sun sugar tomatoes. They were little cherry tomatoes, and they weren't much bigger than like maybe the roundness of your thumb, and they were so good.
Yeah.
And I had the little pear tomatoes.
The Tommy Toad tomatoes. Those were really good.
And our cucumbers did decent.
Are you
going
to be doing hay bale gardening this year?
I'm gonna try. I really am. I'm gonna try to.
We should experiment and see what grows,
because
my
thought is that depending on
old school with a modern twist. Hello, Richard.
The price is going to kind of, because we're sitting there thinking, okay, so we're going to buy all these straw bales or hay bales or whatever, and I gotta remember, one of them is better to grow because it doesn't have the seeds in it, and I'm not farmy enough to know which one that is, but are we going to do that, or are we just going to buy the dirt to go into the raised beds? Because there's the dirt around here is not so great. So if we like tilled up the yard or something, it doesn't really grow very well. So we're trying to amend the soil. We put soil in the garden out here, and we'll probably do some more. But we're going to. Kevin wants more kale planted. I never thought that. No, it is not to Family Homestead. Our P.O. box has changed, and it's on my phone, and I can't tell them what it is.
I don't have it on my phone.
We'll put it in the video later, and for some reason, we keep trying to update that in our little description, and it keeps sending it back to the Mason address, and that's not the right address. Yeah. So it is a Dayton. It's a Dayton address. Oh, that reminds me. Can you grab that stuff up there?
The chicken?
No, not the chicken. The cards. Max will get them. So, yeah. But, so we've just been kind of imagineering what we were going to do with the garden for next year. And it's just kind of that time of year. And
Are we gonna try to plant berries like I don't know, raspberries?
I don't think so, because we're kind of looking at, you know, just kind of where God leads us, but we're hoping that this is not our permanent home. We're hoping that, what did that say? Are you feeding your children with Miracle Grow?
I know, right? Max and Jack are both. Jack
Taller
is the
than
same
her.
height as me, and Max is
he's taller
slightly
than her.
taller than me.
He's taller than her.
2 inches taller.
So Jack is as tall as I am now, and Katie
I'm
is
still-
just under me, and Max
I'm
is
not. I'm the
Max
same
is
height
as tall
as
as I am. But anyway, we're just going to kind of go with how the Spirit moves us when it comes to our garden. But my son and my husband, my oldest son and my husband, they're building me a larger like indoor greenhouse. So with the grow lights and everything. So yeah, you are. Dad said you were gonna help. So next
He's like, wait, what? I was just voluntold.
So downstairs we have these. They're like trays, and they're probably about 6 foot long, and they're about that high on the edge, and it makes a great like seed starter. And so like I'm gonna be able to start so many seeds, and I'm not gonna be able to use all of them. But my problem is
Don't
that I
worry,
get
our cat will eat half of them.
Oh yeah. Well, he's gonna put plastic around him.
Oh, okay.
But I get like super excited about it, and then I wind up starting all of these seeds, and then going, I don't have enough place to put all of these. So if you live in the, you know, Dayton-ish area, and
we can always give them away, because don't we have relatives who have gardens
yeah,
too?
well, my mom, my grandma,
give
my
some to
brothers.
Meemaw,
So,
to our
hi
uncles
Richard.
and aunts.
Um,
Hello.
But that's the projects that we have going on right now. And I think as they get it started and get it going, they'll do like some videos of what's going on and everything. So, hi Mom.
Hi.
So, hi Virginia.
Yeah,
So
she
I just
said
wanted
she'll take some.
real quick to thank everyone who sent us cards. So I have one from Sheila here, and it's really cute little round one. That one was awesome. And then we got Jeton sent us one, and this is from
PNC
Patrick and
Atkinson.
Crystal. So here's Jeton's, and here's Patrick and Crystal's, and this one is from. Oh, that's from my husband's boss.
That's
So, and then we got one from the Hoffman family, which is super cute. So, and any of you, I know, like Alicia, she asked if we got her card. We have not. I don't know why.
We're really sorry.
So if you sent us a card and we didn't get it, we're really sorry. Oh, and then Connie sent us a CD of kind of forgotten Christmas carols, which I thought was so sweet of her. And we got it after Christmas, so we haven't taken it out of the package yet. But so yeah, so whoever, all of you who sent Christmas cards to us, we really appreciate it, and thank you so much, and thank you, Connie, for the CD.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so now we are on to let's see. Well, your dad wanted to talk about chickens if we had them, because my husband, he is forever going to yearn for chickens, and we are on 1/4 acre inside the city. We're within the city limits. We're not actually downtown in the city.
There's a whole lot of tabs open here.
Yeah.
I have no clue what.
You might need to go back so that you can see what people are saying, because I can't see it. Okay.
I've got
So,
my phone over here.
but he wanted to talk about the things that you kind of need when you start chickens, if you ever wanted to start having chickens, and he's just. I never thought he would be, because I always kind of saw my husband when I married him kind of as a little bit of a city slicker. So, though his grandmother grew up on a farm, and he would go visit it on a weekend and everything, but he never had showed, like before we moved to Maryland, he never showed any interest in gardening or, any kind of animals except dogs and cats. And
I unleashed the floodgates, I think.
Well-
We decided to start a garden for a school project that we had.
yeah.
And then Dad's just like, maybe we could do more of this.
Well, I started watching videos, because
It's sort of a
I
cue.
decided that, okay, I want to start a garden, and I want to do it as thrifty as possible. And actually one of the first videos that I watched was Big Family Homestead making those newspaper planting pots.
Yeah.
And so, and then
did we make some of those, or did
we did. And then Kevin was like, "What are you watching?" And so I showed him, and then he had chickens, and then he was like, "Why does this dude have chickens?" I'm like, "Just watch." And so we started getting, and then he got into watching Justin Rhodes, and he was like, "I think we can do this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And then again, it was one of those
One day
times.
we come home from school, and suddenly we've got a chicken coop and like 8 chickens in our yard.
we saved and we got a chicken coop, and then where we were in Maryland, we were close to a lot of Amish country and a lot of farm country, and he got on Craigslist, and there was a Amish family that was thinning out their flock. And so we got just this mixed bag of chickens, and one of them was a silkie, and I would have those a million times over. I love silkies. I think they're awesome. They're like the, you know, weird kid of the chicken family. Like, they're kind of, you know, they kind of do their own thing, and they're not really, you know.
But they're like,
but they're fuzzy.
They're cool.
And they're great moms.
They're cool and all. Like, they're good moms, and they lay like tiny eggs, and they're like really friendly and all of that. But like, when you have other chickens that can be both meat and eggs,
yeah,
that's winners right there.
Yeah. And so we started out with 5, I think. Well, we started with the rooster because we had a girl in our youth group who this animal preserve had to rehome a rooster because he was horribly mean to the hens. He was terribly mean. But, so we started with the rooster because we thought if we mess up on him, we would still feel bad.
You could obviously see it in his name that we gave him. We gave him the name General So's.
General So's, as in like the Chinese dish.
Chinese dish.
But he was a Araucana, which they lay the blue eggs. Now I know roosters don't lay eggs, but when we got the chickens, the hens, because we did well with him, and for what he is, he did a fantastic job. Roosters are there to protect the hens. That's what they're there for. And he didn't, whenever I went out to feed them, I had to have Gina with me because he would come at me and Gina would go after him, and she would never like get him, but she would chase him off.
She'd never.
But she wouldn't bite him. She knew not to bite him. And then he would come back and protect his flock and everything. But we had a chicken that came from him and one of our hens that laid blue eggs.
And it was green eggs.
They were they were teal colored.
They were bluish green eggs. And didn't we
I tried to collect a dozen of them to give to my older brother because he would make his kids, on special days, he would make them green eggs and ham, where he would just put green food coloring in the eggs. And I thought, how cool would it be to give my brother a dozen green eggs?
The thing is they weren't green on the inside.
But anyway, so the things, I kind of got off track. The things that you need in order to start chickens. We had a chicken, like, once they hatch, because we actually had our Silkie hatch out our eggs most of the time, because all she wanted to do was sit on eggs. She would steal other chickens' eggs to sit on eggs. And, so we'd have her hatch them out, and then we would have a brooder box, which we took a very large Rubbermaid container, and we cut a hole in the top of it, and we put chicken wire over it.
We have seen frizzles, by the way.
Yes, frizzles are awesome too. So, and we would have a heat lamp over it. And then at first we didn't have the cover on the top because they weren't big enough to jump out.
Yeah. And then they got big enough to jump out.
Yeah.
And
then we had to put the cover over it with the chicken wire. And you need a feeder, and they sell these little feeders that they'll screw on, but most of the time when they're really little, we wouldn't put the screw on thing on because they would just throw the feed everywhere.
And there was also like one that was like Buff Orpingtons, I think, were the ones that would they'd sit by the feeder and then just put their head and they'd eat out of it.
No. Your dad by accident one time got a Cornish cross.
Oh, that was
he got a meat bird. And it would just sit by the feeder and eat and not move. So, and like it would move around, but it preferred to
sit there and eat.
Yeah. But, so you need that, you need a waterer, and you need, as the chicks get older, you need like grit that they can,
Yeah,
you know, because
chicken
it helps them
grit.
digest and stuff. And then when they get big enough to fend for themselves, you know, you need a coop.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of a run for them to be in so that they don't get because everything loves chickens. Everything does.
Loves chicken.
People love chickens. Skunk loves chickens.
Raccoon.
Possum loves chickens. Raccoons loves chickens.
Chicken
Chickens
likes
love
chicken.
chickens.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that.
So, so those are just the kind of things, you know, that they'll have red lights in chicken coops because if they see something and it's like, you know, one of them has injured themselves, they'll peck at them because of the blood. So that's why they have the red lights sometimes. So, so that's just kind of like the startup of chickening. So we're going to, so Kevin wanted to talk about technology and viewer's choice and how to and favorites. I have no clue what that is.
Favorite. Oh, so, maybe one of the favorite.
Oh, we're talking about, we always have like our favorite things. So, yeah. But I think that's usually at the end.
You guys are usually, it varies.
Well, he moved it up here, so let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So the first thing is, let's see.
Are you going to show yours first, or are you going to show mine first?
I'm going to show mine first. It's based on the explanation. Whoops.
So based on the explanation, I'm a meat bird as well. I would be a meat bird too, because I like to sit around and eat too.
Yeah. All right. So for Christmas, my sister-in-law got me this coffee cup, and I know it doesn't look like anything special, but what it is, because you can tell she's the parent of toddlers, is it's an adult sippy cup, pretty much.
And what does it do, Mother?
Well, you see, it pops open like this. I can do and not spill anything out, and then it closes like that, and this thing will keep your coffee rocket hot for at least 4 hours.
Yeah,
at least 4 hours.
Stuff cold,
and then keep your water cold for forever. So.
Yeah. And so, shall I show mine?
Yes. Oh, well, I've got to explain. So first, we're gonna take it off.
Yeah.
Because all right. So my mother-in-law always buys the most interesting gifts for Christmas. She's very meticulous and she's very thoughtful. Not that everybody else isn't, but like she's so funny because she said, I'll go out and buy something and go, well, I don't think they'll like that. So yeah, these cups are great. They're great. I think that you can get them at it's a Conago is what the brand is. See right there? I hope it's not backwards. But I think you can get them at Walmart, Meijer, Target, things like that.
Probably Amazon.
So my mother-in-law has bought me things like the pineapple core. She got me the KitchenAid cookbook this year and spoons to go with it, which is awesome. She's just very thoughtful about the things that she gives. Like because she knows you like a certain thing and she'll get it for you, or she knows that maybe you need a certain thing and she'll get it for you. Yeah. So I open up this gift and I've got this inside.
Oh, it's a light bulb.
And I'm like,
we need those. Thanks.
Was she at our house and we had light bulbs burn out and maybe she thought we needed light bulbs. And so she's like, let me explain. I'm like, oh, okay, good, because it's a light bulb. And she was like, these are special light bulbs. I'm like, oh, really? So I guess they're LED, And she's like, yeah. She goes, well, what these are for is you got this little guy here. This little guy, you take this, you screw it into a regular lamp, and you turn the lamp on. And this charges. And so if you have a power outage, or if you have a place where you don't have electricity running to it, you can hang this up and turn on the light. So, or you could stick this in, like I said, you could put it in a closet. It could be for when you got a power out. We've got 3 of these, I think, that she gave us.
Yeah. I thought we only got 1. I was like,
no. So you can charge these and hang them wherever you want, and they have an 8-hour charge, and they're bright. So that is our other favorite thing. Yeah. That is really cool. Yeah. That is really awesome. So we were pretty excited about that. Yeah, those are,
couldn't that be a cool thing for preppers? I don't know.
I would think like preppers are, like I said, for if you live in an area where you're going to get hit by hurricanes, or there's a tendency that there is going to be power outages or something like that. That is a really great idea. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, my mother-in-law is the QVC queen. And I have to tell you that there are things that come on to QVC that she's gotten me. She got me some of the first Flameless candles that ever came out. And I thought, this is a
Flameless?
wonderful, yeah.
Is it just like a can? Is it like one of
It's
those
the battery,
candles
it's
you
the
hold
battery,
in church
it's
during
the
summer?
battery-powered candles. And when they first came out, they came out on QVC, and she got me some because my kids were really little, and she was afraid that the house would catch on fire if I burnt candles, which is smart because, you know. And so, but then you start seeing these things come later. So you'll probably in about a year or so start seeing these suckers in the store. So, but yeah, so that was really cool. So, we're going to move on to
Homeschool.
Hold on. Where did your mother-in-law get these? QVC. That's
Yeah.
where she got them. So, was it?
Make sure you put them in an easy reach lamp, not a ceiling one. You have to get down in the dark, up a ladder, etc.
Well, this here, it doesn't work like in the lamp if the power goes out. You have to have this little guy.
Well, yeah.
Because you need to be able
the
because
last
it's got
thing-
the on-off button here.
The last thing you want to do is if you want to get one of those when you have a power outage, is have to get a ladder in the dark.
Yeah.
Climb up the ladder in the dark. Unscrew whatever you have to do in the dark.
In the dark.
Yeah.
And then you have to take out the light bulb.
What you do is you go
in the
ahead and
dark.
just charge these, and then you put them in there, and you just wait because it doesn't lose its charge. So
wait, would that stay on if we got a power outage?
If you had a power
and it's
outage
in
and
the
you
socket?
already had this charged, and you had it turned off and hanging up, all you'd have to do
Let's
is
say it
press
was
the
in it
button.
like a ceiling fan.
Well, I wouldn't put it in a ceiling fan because you need it in this thing. You need it in this thing so that you can push the button to turn
so
it
it
on.
doesn't work inside a normal lamp?
No, you charge it inside a normal lamp.
Oh.
That's how that works. So,
because I was thinking
yeah.
that there was a lot of things that was just like,
all right.
sounds too good to be true, but it's not.
I got a QVC outlet. Oh yeah, she lives close to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So and there is what was it? Grandma Bonnie went to the QVC outlet one time.
Was that when she was with us
Was it?
in Maryland?
Maybe.
Didn't we live near Lancaster?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we lived relatively near, like within an hour or so. So, but anyway, okay. So we're going on to homeschooling update. So we are 81 days.
Yeah.
Into school. We're like
going to be
17
starting
weeks.
up on the 7th.
So the only holidays we take off are Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving.
And summer vacation.
And summer vacation, depending on if we get all of our work done. So I just got done doing our planning for the next week because I took a break from everything too.
That's a good thing.
And so, we still have to go through so what I've been doing is, Kate, why don't you grab one of the portfolio boxes so I can show them what we're doing.
Do mine.
So, but what I do is each kid in our state, you can either take a standardized test, which we choose not to do, or you could have a portfolio that a licensed teacher checks. So, what I've started doing is this here. So I have, and it's separated, I don't know if you can see it,
Into
but
file folders.
by subject, and in each subject there's quarters.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing, instead of last year going through a mad dash of checking all year's work, I'm going to go through and go, okay, so we're at October 19th through January, October 19th through January 7th. I'll pull that folder out and I'll make sure that they have all of their paperwork.
Wait,
because
is January 7th the end of our quarter?
Yeah.
Yes!
So we'll be halfway through the school year. And so I can look at it and go, okay, you don't have this, I need it. So if they've written a paper and it's still on Google Docs, then they need to print it off and bring it to me. All of their science, history, and stuff I can look by the day because I have, if you saw me do the planning, we've changed it a little bit because each kid had their own 3-ring binder that was supposed to have their week's worth of work in it, and the only ones that it really worked for was Katie and Max. Miles and Jack need a little more encouragement to stay on top of their work. So I hold on to their paperwork and I give it to them each day.
And
so
when you get into my grade, you're gonna for our curriculum, we have like this sheet that we're supposed to fill out that's got all of our like quizzes and vocabulary tests and
so she writes down, because most
everything.
of her stuff is online, she'll write down the score that she gets, and at the end of the quarter I'll go through and I'll give her a letter grade and a number grade.
yeah.
And so
I got an
yeah.
A in math.
She did. I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what's going on with us and with homeschooling. So like if you guys want to know what curriculum we use Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool. It's
and
online.
Easy Peasy All-in-One High School.
Yeah, it's online. It's free. And it has worked well for us. We are big fans of it. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, okay, so Katie was talking about Gilbrook Farms. And you know how you go through and you have your people that you watch. How I was never subscribed to these people, I will never know. I will never know, because she has just some really, I mean, up there with like Deep South Homestead and even like Deep South Homestead is the one that comes to mind the most when it comes to like canning videos, but hers, Gilbrook Farms, are really great too. You know, she does ones that are, you know, on a regular stove. She does ones that are off grid, and I know that they don't put stuff on their YouTube channel anymore, but they still have it. Is an American Homestead. They did off grid canning, which was really kind of cool to watch, but I'm not sure I really ever want to do. So, but yes, that's it. Thank you, honey. There, if you guys want to know what our P.O. box is.
I was confused there for a second. I'm like, wait, that wasn't
went
me.
on there. So we have been.
Thank you, Dad.
Did the video go out already where we got the 100 pounds of potatoes?
I don't think so. The last one that I saw on our channel was.
Well, I think we talked about it. We talked about it.
Well, we are talking about it now.
We're talking about it now. Okay, so
we
had a great
100 pounds of
great deal on potatoes. Our local Aldi's had them for 89 cents a pound. 89 cents a bag. 89 cents a bag. So that was awesome.
It was.
And so we bought 100 pounds of potatoes. And I still have 3 bags left to do. So, they started posting on their YouTube channel again. That's good to know.
Cool.
So we have, I've got 1 bag that we're just using now. I have another bag that we're going to leave. And then the last 2 bags we're going to can again. But I wanted to show you. So I cleaned out my pie safe, and I'm going to tilt it down a little bit so you guys can see. But these are all the potatoes that I canned.
Yep.
And then that is our sweet potato squash. Now people have gotten confused saying, no, that's just sweet potato, because we've used it in pie and they're like, it's sweet potato pie. No, this is actually a sweet potato squash that we got from.
Oh, the lighting's terrible.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a snowman.
I know. We actually got the seeds for that from an American
And
Homestead.
then what is this, Mother?
Okay, this up here is our turkey broth. I took our turkey carcass and I made bone broth out of it.
Did you do a video on that one?
Did I do a video? I don't
I
know
don't
if I
think
did.
so.
I don't think I did on
I
that
don't
one.
know.
Because I've done chicken broth before and it's pretty much the same.
It's pretty much the same.
So this here is the last few cans of our tomato sauce. And if you saw where I canned all of those peppers, this is it. This is what's left. I canned probably like how many jars of peppers?
Let's just say we canned a lot of peppers.
It was at
and
least
they gone now.
It was at least 15. So yeah, those.
Let me just say.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to do something real quick and see if it fixes the lighting. Hold on. Nope. Well, kind of. Okay. But anyway, so we canned all of those peppers. Our favorite are the Hungarian wax peppers.
And let me just say, those are the best in Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes. Oh my gosh, they are so good.
Yeah, Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes is one of our favorite meals that we make. It's
yeah.
It feeds a lot. It's pretty economical to make. I mean, it's pretty much just ground beef, steak sauce, the peppers.
Broth and
It's
the
hot,
peppers.
brown, and good to eat.
Yeah, that's a Jane All Zero reference.
Yeah.
But so we've been using the peppers that we canned in that, and they are so good. So next year I want to plant a bunch of peppers.
Yeah.
So when we were talking about things that we're planting, we're going to plant things that we're going to eat. So peppers, tomatoes, because I want to make pasta sauce. I want to make salsa. The pepper rings, because we use them on sandwiches. We use them in salads. We just use them in everything.
We were originally on canning, and I don't know how we got to gardening again, but somehow
those are the things that we're going to can from our garden.
We want to learn. I want to learn how to make and can A1 sauce.
Okay. So Amy, I'll tell you, this cabinet here came from the Amish country. This was an anniversary present from my husband. Every house that we've lived in so far has not really had very big pantries. We have a pantry over here. It's about the size of a coat closet, like a small coat closet.
We could turn the closet in my room into a pantry.
Where are you going to sleep?
I'm going to sleep in my room. We just turned the closet of my room into a pantry.
Hi, Alicia. So, but this was an anniversary present for me. So, and it has worked really well. So what I'm planning on doing, you can see that there's a lot of open space in it.
We've had to clean it out a lot.
Yeah, as we can, I'm going to put all of my canned stuff here.
I think the reason why we keep going pale every time is because
we keep opening that door. Yeah. Okay. So anyway. So we're gonna be. That's our next part. Oh well, and here. Okay, so here's the thing. So Gilbrook Farms got me inspired to do some canning.
Yeah.
And I'm watching her videos, and like I'm going to step out and do something that I've never done before, and I've actually been scared to do.
What?
I'm going to actually can meat.
What?
Well, I'm watching. Okay, so I'm watching. I believe her name is it Jessie at Gilbert Farms? Know. But anyway, she's canning meat, and like she'll brown ground beef and do it. And she says, it's really easy. You just pop that can open. It tastes fine, and you dump it in like your tomato sauce.
Are we talking like Spam?
No. Like you would brown your ground beef. You would put it in a jar. You would put some like broth or something in it, and then you would pressure can it.
Well, that doesn't sound that bad.
You'd open it up, and then you could use it for tacos. You could use it for soups. You could use it for you could use it for like pasta sauce. She was canning sausage. She canned roast beef, and she said So she took
roast beef.
She took just a beef roast, and she cut it up into chunks, and she dry packed it.
Oh, and not the sandwich stuff.
But what she says is that it's almost like you cook it in a crock pot, and it just kind of falls apart. They use it for sandwiches. She'll put an onion in the bottom. She'll put the meat in, and then she'll put steak seasoning on top of it, and then can it. And I'm like, okay. And she's done chicken. So next time I find a really good deal on something, I'm going to give it a try.
Dad says he wants to plant cow.
He wants to plant cow?
He wants to grow cows.
We can't plant cows. No,
we can't.
They frown on that in this area. So, is
that the equivalent to throwing a hamburger on the ground?
So maybe he meant kale. So
no, it says cows plant. Plant lots of cow.
Plant lots of cow? Okay. But
I don't think we can do that.
Let's see. Somebody said something. Chicken noodle soup. We would do chicken soup without the noodles, because when you can the noodles into it, they get mushy. So what you can do is open up the jar, and this is one of the things I learned from her. Go ahead and make the soup, but if you're making something with a cream in it, put that in after you're like heating it back up. Put the noodles in, or the rice or whatever, after you heat it up. It says you can corned beef as well. It's really good and tender. Yes, that sounds lovely. So, but yeah, so I'm going to give that a try. And so she has been my inspiration. So, so yeah, if you're not subscribed to Gilbrook Farms, and they just have some really great stuff there. And the other one that I've been watching too has been, Max, grab me one of my cast iron pan holders. Can you get one of those? Is I've been watching Rain Country, Heidi over there, and she was making inserts for her shoes, which I thought, that's brilliant, because my boys' feet stink, and I need something that I can pull out and they can watch. But one of the videos that I love of hers is where she made these, And these slip over your cast iron pan handles. So that if your pan is in the oven, but because even on the stove, cast iron heats up really hot. And you just slip that over it and you can pick it up and pull it off. These are by far the best things that I've ever made.
Yeah.
And Heidi at Rain Country
Hello,
is the
PNC
one
Atkinson.
that inspired me to do these. So if you want to learn how to make these, go check out her channel
Can
too.
you can fruit or just meat and vegetables?
You can can fruit. We've done jams.
Jam before.
We've done I mean, you can't, like, my grandparents used to can grapes. They used to make their own grape juice.
People have canned peaches. There's mandarin oranges.
Yep. In
and
fact,
pears.
where's my book? Is my book? Max, will you go see if my book's in there?
Where's my book?
My ball canning book. One of the things I would suggest is that you get, like, the ball blue book is kind of like the canning Bible.
Like
and there's another website that I use, the National Home Preservation something. I'll put it down later. You can't find it. I don't know what I did. I'm constantly misplacing that thing.
Luckily, you always find it in time when you actually need
yeah,
a can.
I actually need a can. So did you look on the homeschool shelf? Because sometimes it puts there. It gets is not a word. Maybe it is.
Gets is a word. Gots is not a word.
Gots is not a word. My mom used to get on me all the time for saying gots.
You might need to take another school lesson on
I know.
grammar, Mom.
I'm tired. So,
it will get.
but anyway, get a good canning book. Get a. Let me see your phone real quick, Katie, and I'll look it up. Is it the National Home Preservation? Their website, and we can kind of show them what that looks like. But they have really great. So, like, if you're questioning, okay, what altitude, because you'll have to have, if you're at a certain altitude. So here in our area, we're about 700 feet above sea level. So your pressure canner has to, be set at a certain level. And I have a dial one. I don't have just the weighted one. So there was something that came on. I like watching how to preserve food on Homesteading Family YouTube channel. Yes, that's it right here. So
it's not completely like all the text isn't.
Yeah,
on my
the
phone
National
computer,
Center
but
for Home Food Preservation is a very good resource. Like if you're learning to can, because it has down here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this is not gonna. Just check it out because it has canning, freezing, drying, curing, smoking, fermenting, pickling, jam making, storing. So you can hit like the canning part, and they'll say, well, what do you want to can? Let's see, and you can look at all different kinds of stuff.
does that say fennel? No, it says ferment.
It says canning fruit and produce. So canning fruit and produce are pretty much this. It depends on what it is. Some of your produce you have to pressure can because it has a low acid level. Your
produce is pickles, so you can't
so you can water bath like pickles. You can water bath certain fruits. Your jams you usually water bath. Things like meat, stock, things like that, you have to pressure can. And don't be afraid of, I know a lot of people are like, I'm so afraid of a pressure can.
Alicia was wondering if, she's like, can I learn how to make simple jams like strawberry jam without knowing actually how to can?
I did a video on making a very simple like strawberry jam. I think that this
must
was
have been a long time ago.
Or maybe I didn't do. I thought we did it when we picked the strawberries.
You've not made a strawberry jam.
You're gonna.
I thought I did it because that's the one where I grated the apples up in it to give it, because green apples have pectin in it.
I don't know. You've made strawberry jam so many times.
The one that I made is not like thick. It's actually more like a strawberry sauce, and it's a little more like when we were reading the Little House on the Prairie books, like it talked about mom making jam, and like I looked at like a very simple like what a pioneer would use, and it would have been strawberries and sugar, and that would have been it, and you would just cook it down. But
just in case if you notice, when we open up this, there's no jam left.
No,
so
all the jam's gone.
You can tell that my mom
jam's gone, apple butter's gone.
Apple butter is gone.
Yeah,
and
So what was it? I forget what she's.
You have done a video on
knowing how to can. So
you have done a video on mulberry jam, but you have not done a video.
Look back further because I'm pretty sure that it was one of our first videos that we did.
Heather at the Needy Homesteader has some great canning videos from beginners to pros.
Awesome. Thank you.
So y'all can
Thank you, Margaret.
Can check that out.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn how to can
Yeah.
and you don't know how to,
Yeah.
you can learn from us and from the Needy Homesteader.
And Gilbert Farms
And Gilbert
Deep South
Farms.
Homestead. And,
Yeah.
But I'm just, I
There's a
mean,
lot
don't
of
be
homesteaders you can-
afraid to give it a try. You don't need all of the fancy equipment. I watched Crystal over at PNC Atkinson. She water bathed her little jelly jars, and she did it in just a regular pot. You know, you don't have to have all. Now, like I said, if you're doing things with low acid, and a book or a recipe will tell you if it's low acid, if it needs to be pressure canned. But if you want to start with water bathing things, start with like jams and pickles. Those are the easiest ones to do. So that's just where I would start. And actually that's where I did start. But I also grew up in a family where we did canning a lot. I mean, from the time, and my mom can correct me if I'm wrong, but it would seem like that there was kind of this 2-month span of produce coming in, and we would do, you know, tomatoes and green beans and this and that, and we, you know, would do like a week of this, and then we'd have a little bit of a break, and then we would do a week of that, and then we'd have a little bit of a break, and then we'd have, you know, and we would just, we did tomatoes, sauerkraut, green beans, Great Northern beans. We would do jellies and jams and pickles and salsa and just all sorts of stuff. So, you know, those were things that I grew up watching happen. Now, I will say that, you know, my grandma was pretty, don't be around the pressure canner, because it was, from July through October. She was a little finicky about me being around the pressure canner, because, again, like, I'm 42 years old, so that's back in the day. But the other thing too is that as much as I would love to have like an American standard pressure canner, that's just not in our price range right now. If you're going to start, I wouldn't necessarily start out with, I'm going to get the Mac Daddy of pressure canners. I have a Presto, was it 23 or 32 quart pressure canner. It does fine. I've not had any issues, you know. It works really, really well, and instead of it being like a couple $100, mine is like $70. So start there, and if you find out like, hey, I want to do a lot of this, then maybe move up to something bigger. Water baths are just water baths. Like, I have one of the black enamel things, you know, those are pretty much standard. There's, you know, not a whole lot of difference from one to another. So I think mine's a ball, because that's what they sell at Tractor Supply. So, which is a great place to get stuff. Tractor Supply always has canning jars and canning stuff.
Yeah.
And even, and Rural King does too. Well, Tractor Supply, not so much. Rural King is the one that has, so your like feed stores are the ones that, you know, year round will have your, like again, not Tractor Supply, but the bigger ones like Rural King.
Yeah.
Have canning stuff all the time.
Me and Dad had to run to Rural King because we were missing the little weight.
Oh,
thing.
there's also, I guess she's talking about the water baths. There's also a lot of them available at thrift stores. So yeah, there is strawberry jam. It was a year ago.
I have glasses.
Yeah,
or lost my glasses.
We did a video on strawberry jam that was a year ago. And like I said, I will tell you, strawberries have a very low pectin, so that jelly stuff that makes it. My kids don't like stiff strawberry jam. This is gonna sound gross. They said it looks like frog hearts.
Well, there was one that had like the whole strawberry in it. I'm like, who does this? How are we supposed to put? How?
So we'll smash it up, and so I used you grate up a Granny Smith apple, because apples naturally have pectin in the skin, and it made it. It wasn't super thick. Like I said, it was more like a sauce, but it was thick enough that you could put it like on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, or you could use it on ice cream or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. We've been spoiled lately. Like, we've been spoiled. Me and my brothers have been spoiled. Me and my brothers and my dad have been spoiled with mom's and mine.
Yes.
Good cooking. So
She's the
we
cookie
are
queen
never
right
gonna
now.
look at we have been spoiled with Mom's strawberry jam.
By the
Well,
way, hi, Crystal.
any jam whatsoever.
What's your favorite one that I've made?
All of the above.
Yeah, I think probably my
think-
favorite was the mulberry.
Yeah, mine was either the peach jam or the mulberry.
Oh, the peach jam was good too. That one was good.
I've been spoiled on apple butter. Homemade bread. Let me just tell you guys. Homemade bread. I can never look at normal bread the same.
gosh.
I just look at it and I'm like, you're lame. Go away.
So we've had a little bit of time to since we've been off with the break, and I've had time to kind of put videos together. So you're going to see videos kind of coming out like every 3 to 4 days, and we've kind of got them spaced out. So we've got, I don't know, 5 videos coming up, and
Yeah.
so we're trying to keep that momentum so that when I have moments where I'm like, and like for a week or two I can't do anything, that we still kind of have videos coming out. And we made homemade bagels.
Oh, let me tell you
Oh
guys.
my gosh. And we did like kind of a vlog with them in it.
It was
and
a day in the life video.
Yeah. And
It was more a day in the life of Heather, Katie, and Max.
yeah.
You don't want to spoil
Well, but what I'm saying is I actually think that the bagel video actually deserves its own
Yeah, a
video.
separate
because,
video because they are so good.
Well, and we
friends.
learned something too. Like there was a little bit of trial and error that went on because it was the first time we ever made it.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh. And so we made the first batch, which were like onion and garlic bagels. And then we made another batch that were the everything bagels. And
Aw. The everything bagels were better.
I'm in love.
I don't care that the onion bagels were like this big.
Oh, they were huge.
I want the little one with all the stuff on top.
Yeah, the everything bagels were amazing.
And then Mom made this cream cheese with onions
and chives.
and chives,
And a little bit of
which
Worcestershire.
were out of chives.
Yeah. But we had to, I got a really great deal on cream cheese because it was like 69 cents a block. And so we bought like 8 blocks of it. So I'm like, well, what are we going to use this for? And so we decided to make bagels.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. They were amazing. So
Yeah, me and Max are thinking about making bread and bagels more often because like we'll always run out of it at inconvenient times, and as far as I know, it's cheaper than buying it at the store. Is my math correct? Is
Yes,
making
it was
bread?
well because I mean just in a bag of flour itself was as much as the bagels were, the already made bagels.
Yeah.
So
And
we are, so if you think about it, you're only using like maybe a quarter of a bag of flour.
Yeah.
You've got your yeast in it, your salt, and a little bit of sugar, and water, and a little bit of oil.
Yeah.
So even with all that, like, because if you think about it, I mean, you're just using a fraction of what, I mean, homemade is always better.
It is.
Always.
It always is.
So, yeah, so those were just amazing. And Amy was saying that her husband made meat pies. So let me ask Amy, are meat pies like a pot pie where you have like a pie and then it has the vegetables and the meat in it and stuff like that? Or is it like a hand pie, or what are those? Because here, like I've had a mincemeat pie and they were small and they were almost like hand pies. And you guys didn't particularly care for meat.
Did you make them?
Meat and raisins together. No, it was when we were in Maryland. Mr. Jim brought them to us Christmas.
I'm going to say this. I am not a huge fan of raisins. I can do craisins. I can do chocolate covered almonds. I will not do chocolate covered raisins. I eat all the chocolate off
Chocolate-covered
and throw away the
raisins means trust issues because, like, you bite into
Oatmeal.
go, wait, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I know people in my family like raisins, but I just don't.
They're all right. So, anyway, all right, so we need to move on. So, we're talking about home repairs and home improvement and stuff like that. And, you know, Kevin's talking about we really would like to get a wood stove. And I
Yeah.
know we've kind of been talking about that. And we, you know, they are not the least expensive things in the world. So it's something that we have to budget for. Let's see what it says.
Just
It's just
meat and
gravy.
gravy sometimes. The meat and sometimes
Minced. So minced is ground. Where did it go? Where did our...
Sorry, I was thinking that maybe
So,
that
okay.
was-
So that sounds good. Meat and gravy, I'm down with that. But, so he's been wanting... So we've been pricing out wood stoves, and we're kind of hoping that, you know, as the season goes on, the price of them will start to lower a little bit. But it's one of those things where we're going to have to save for
We
it.
had a thing from Virginia Gibson. She said, "Do not make salt bagels. If you leave them for one day, they get soggy."
Big salt bagels.
I think it's bagels with salt. I'm not completely sure, but if
Well, this had just a little bit of salt on the inside of it,
Yeah.
like in the dough itself.
we don't,
So
they don't
last longer.
they don't
than
last
a day.
longer than a day in our house.
Yeah.
So that's why
I think he made a
probably
total
got-
of what, 9 or 12, and they lasted
we got,
us 2 days,
we
and
made
they were fine.
12 plus like 7.
Okay.
So no, that was 9. Sorry, 12 plus 9, and whatever that number is.
Yeah.
That's how many we had, and they are gone now. That was 2 days ago.
Yeah. So like I said, looking at a wood stove, at some point we're probably gonna have to replace the roof on this house. And you know, Kevin, it's so funny because there's some people who are just, yeah, we're gonna put our roof on our house. We are not those people, because we have a Cape Cod house, and it doesn't look it from the road, but when you actually stand next to the house, that roof is pretty steep. And we actually had somebody fix our chimney one time and go, you guys have a pretty steep roof on your house. So that's not something that we want to do ourselves. So again,
Yeah.
things that you have to budget for. The other thing too is like we're having the tree come down.
Hello, Blue Ridge Prepper.
Oh, well, thank you. We are, you know, like we've been through like kind of organizing here. We're going to probably do like a pre-spring cleaning because, you know, like around your stove and stuff like that, it just gets gross. I need to pull my stove out because it's right next to a wall, and like I clean right there.
We
like,
found like tons of silverware, like in the
Yeah.
like the stove's here, the wall's here, and right here we found all of the spoons we were looking for.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna have to pull it out and clean. And here's one thing I will tell you: like you can make your own cleaners and stuff like that, and they work all right. Like I've done the one with vinegar and like the orange peels and stuff like that, and it does work. But hands down, so far, the best one that I've used is the Murphy's Oil Soap. The Murphy's Oil Soap multi-purpose cleaner. Like that one will take the grease off of the, like I've got beadboard behind my stove and it's white. That takes the grease off of everything. And it takes it off of my hood. Oh, here's the other thing that I found out too, because your hood, those little grate things in it, I pulled those off, and like those are super hard to clean. And so I put them in my sink. I have a pretty big sink. It's a 1 sink, it's not the 2. And I put it in there with a scoop of OxyClean, and do you know that those things it's the cleanest I've ever seen.
You know,
like it
OxyClean.
actually got down into it, and all I had to do was take a little bit of a nylon brush and just scrub a little bit.
Because OxyClean gets those tough stains out.
Yes. But so if you ever need to know, those little grates for your hood, you fill your sink up with hot water and put some OxyClean in it, and it'll clean them right up. So see, what does it say? Yes, a professional roofer, cheaper than a hospital bill if someone falls and gets hurt. Yes, that is very true. That's very true. So yeah, like I said, OxyClean for the vent. Hey Max, get in there and give me the bottle of the Murphy's Oil Soap so I can show them what I'm talking about. It should be down in the bucket there. But
That was not a friendly one.
yeah, this is it right here. So this stuff here is one of the best cleaners when it comes to like the grease and the grime, and it works on about everything. She said salt on bagels.
Okay.
So the grease and the grime and all that kind of stuff, this stuff works great. Get it off. So if you guys
have that.
look for that. My son is over here eating jalapenos straight out of the jar. So and
I've had like 3.
they're not like necessarily not spicy. They're pretty spicy. So
I got a
he
big
might be
one with a
regretting
whole
that
bunch
one
of
in the morning. So
Yeah.
the other thing that we're gonna do is we're looking at painting the inside of the house.
Yeah.
This color here is
the
gonna,
beige that's kind of
yeah, it's gonna go away. And this is gonna be kind of a,
blue,
it's gonna be a blue. It's,
Yeah.
I think the paint color is called Faded Denim.
faded down.
So it's going to be like a lighter blue. I want to go with more of that farmhouse look. We're going to paint the living room because this color runs through kind of the entire house, and I want to paint it like a lighter gray color because we don't have a whole lot of sunlight that comes into those
And
rooms,
this color kind of makes it kind of
and it just
dark.
makes it darker and more closed in. So we're going to be painting that, probably painting the hallways too because they're this like puke green color.
It's
we
kind of like
rented
a teal color.
Yeah,
It doesn't really match the rest of the house.
We rented this house out, and we specifically said do not paint the walls, and they painted the walls, and it's this I don't know how to describe it. It's almost this ugly retro like greenish teal color. It's not very attractive. But actually, it's funny because if you scrape the paint down in the entryway, that color is almost the original color that was painted in here. I don't like that color. That color is ugly. So
I'm thinking about painting my room too
Yeah.
because my color's blue. The color in my room is blue right now, and although my curtains match and everything, I want my room to be a little bit more lighter when I get my room too because blue's not a very like bright color. Like
Yeah.
my blue in my room is kind of like in between baby blue and a different kind of blue,
Yeah.
but I want it to be yellow.
she wants
Because
a happy
yellow
color.
makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is kind of like some of the updates that we're hoping to do like in this next year. The other one too is the corner cabinet here that you can kind of see. I wanted to paint it. I haven't gotten to it. I want to chalk paint it. Max is going to build me a, I have this space in between. Okay, so my stove is kind of in a corner. Now, you can tell that originally the stove in this house was actually where our refrigerator is, and there would have been cabinets on both sides. So Max is going to build me a little table because I've got a space between my stove and the counter, and I need something there so when I need to pull something off, I can just scoot it over and I don't have to carry it all the way over to the table or the counter.
Yeah.
So he's going to build me one that goes in between the stove and the counter, and then one that goes over by the refrigerator.
Yeah,
'cause I need
green
another one
puce.
there. Green puce. Yes, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the color. It's not good.
Not chartreuse. It's not quite that
No,
green.
puce. Puce is ugly.
Puce is pink though.
No, sure. No, wait.
Chartreuse is green. Puce
Chartreuse-
is pink. But if puce was a green, that's what this color would be.
Okay. So anyway, so that's kind of like the projects that are going to be going on in the house, along with the seed starting
Yeah.
thing. So the other thing that we've had a request for, we had a lady who talked about how to make your food budget stretch. And her comment is that they're a one-income family and her husband is a government employee. Well, right now, that's not a good thing to be right now. So she was asking me, what are some meals? How do I make my budget stretch and stuff like that? And so I'm trying to put together, a lot of our meals are really budget friendly anyway, just because we have to feed 6 people. And I've done, like my videos coming up, you're going to see how I took
Neither of my
a
notes are.
ham that we had at Christmas, and then with the leftovers, I made ham salad twice. And then with the bone, I made ham, green beans, and potatoes. So I got 4 meals out of 1 ham. We got some really, the one things that I hope that we'll be talking about is like, I'm not really good at doing grocery hauls. I know some people love them, but for me, I'm like, why do people want to see what I bought at the grocery store?
Well, I guess they just kind of want a idea of what you get for how much and what you're going to be using it for. Because I think you could do a grocery haul that connects to your meal planning.
Yeah.
And that somehow goes into the whole like frugal bubble.
Well, and one of the things that we've started is we've kind of revamped the Goin Batty website where we're going to try to do more blogging that goes on there, more of like one of the first ones that we put on there was Grammy's Chex Mix, and then the next one was just some of the things that I do. some of the things that I do to kind of get my mind wrapped around our grocery budget, things like knowing our schedule and knowing the stores that are around you, which ones have the better deals.
The other reason I just came up with this, the other reason why they'd probably want a grocery haul is because they'd probably want to see like where you shop at, because like
I always feel weird doing that, like taking my camera into a grocery store without asking them permission. Like that just seems weird.
I know. I get you on that, but
Yeah.
I could see why people would want you to do grocery haul, or why you would do grocery haul to show your viewers.
Well, and maybe what I'll do is like if I
shop
see
here, this is how much stuff usually costs.
If I see a good deal, like maybe I can just take a picture of it, because like the actual filming in the store just seems a little weird to me. But anyway, but on the blog I talked about. Like knowing your stores, knowing your schedule, that's really important, because if you have a night like we do on a Monday
Or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, there's a lot of running going on.
Yeah.
So a lot of times like Monday night, and again, a really economic meal is like, now if you don't like sauerkraut, you won't like this, but it's sauerkraut and Polish sausage and potatoes. And I'll just throw it in the crock pot and let it cook. And then that way, when everybody comes home, it's ready. And then on like Tuesdays, Katie will take over cooking, and she'll make something simple like a pasta salad. Again, something that's really economical.
Well, like it doesn't have to be as simple as pasta salad is, because pasta salad is basically salad dressing, noodles, and vegetables.
And it's meatless. So, I mean,
it's vegetarian.
If you're looking for like, you're wanting something meatless, that's a good one to do. And then the other thing that we do is we make sure that all of the, and this is going to sound bad, all of the important people know what is going on. Because what I'll do, and I've done it in the past, is I'll make a meal plan, and then I will go, shoot, I forgot to pull the chicken out. We can't have that tonight.
Basically what she's saying is make sure your family knows what you're having, so that way they don't eat, like, cheese. It's the #1 problem in our house. We're gonna use cheese for taco night, twice baked potatoes, all of these different things. We got 4 different blocks, and by the time we get to any of those, they're all gone, because everyone likes cheese.
And that's the other thing. I buy cheese in blocks. I don't buy it in the bag, because it's a lot easier to use a lot more in the bag. Mm-hmm. If your children have to shred it up, they don't use as much. So what we've started doing is me, Katie, and Kevin, and maybe Max, have put what we're having for dinner on our Google Calendar. So that way it'll remind us the day before what's going on. So that way I know, I need to bring, not everyone likes cheese as rat food. Well, to each their own. So, and the other thing that I started doing, again, because I have a large family and I have kids that eat like there's not going to be any food tomorrow.
This is the only thing, because
this is what we do. So we have a dish, we call it PBS. It's pasta, broccoli, and sausage. So I label what it's for.
Yeah.
And so that way they know I can't eat that yet until they see that. And so when I do my meal planning, I do 1 week of meal planning, because my husband gets paid every 2 weeks. I do 1 week of meal planning, and then I just repeat those the next week. I don't get fancy. I don't try to change things around. I don't try to have a different meal every day for 2 weeks. That's just too much work.
Yeah.
And so you need to streamline your meal planning.
Well,
so if you want, there's just a lot. There's just, I mean, and I'm not the end all know all guru of all of this stuff. But on our Goin Batty website, there is a blog where I put just some of my ideas. And if you guys have ideas too, please put them down there, because like I said, I want to learn from other people, and other people want to learn from you too. So putting on there like, oh, well, we do this or we do that, or this is how we do this. We got a really great deal on turkeys. Heather, I invited you to my challenge, how to make a meal. Oh shoot, it went away.
How many meals you can get out of 6 through 7 pounds of chicken?
Oh.
Serving 4 people with enough protein for each person.
That would be interesting. I'll tell you, I just bought, I was gonna tell you, at Christmas time, turkeys went on sale. They were, like 89 cents a pound for turkeys. I bought 3 of them, and then we were given 2 more. So,
Yeah, we've got
or I
several
bought 2.
turkeys
Yeah,
in
so
there.
we've got quite a few turkeys, and then chickens went on sale for 88 cents a pound
So
last week, and I bought
I can think
3 of those. So we'll
I can think of a couple dishes that we could make with chicken.
So I mean, is it like a full meal, or is it, because like I said, I can do
How many meals?
how many meals I can get out of one
6 to 7
7
pounds
pound
of
chicken. I don't know if I've got. I might have to. I have to think about that. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
It might be interesting. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so that's just kind of the. Like I said, I know that we're not the only one income family.
Yeah.
And I know that we're not the only one income large family.
Yeah.
So I try to make things stretch as much as I can. And, you know, things like, where'd it go? I will tell you hands down, this is one of the, if you're starting out, this book here, it has super simple recipes.
Yeah.
And cooking from scratch from home is so much more cheaper than going out to eat.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun most of the time. There's some times where you overdo it and it can be stressed out. But the number one thing we use in that Dining on a Dime cookbook, which Living on a Dime is a great channel, you should go subscribe to them, is their Bisquick recipe.
Yeah, their baking mix
baking
recipe.
mix, Bisquick. We use it all the time because we make a lot of pancakes.
We make
and
a lot of
waffles,
pancakes, waffles, biscuits.
muffins, biscuits.
I mean, I have a really simple recipe that it is, like, I'll make biscuits from scratch, but it's actually, this recipe is like the one biscuits you get at Cracker Barrel that are like this. And
those biscuits
for,
are huge.
for Amy, biscuits are different here than what she has. Her biscuits are cookies. Ours are these fluffy bread things. So
that's the only way we can describe it. Fluffy bread
it's
things.
they're not bread with yeast. They are bread. It is a.
It's a little ball of baked dough that's delicious.
Okay, so can you write that stuff down, or
videos will be doing?
Yeah, for Bandana Grandma. So so that way I don't forget about it. But so yeah, making like baking mix and you know, learning how to cook from scratch, because that's one of the things I talk about. Quick bread, that's what it is. It's a quick bread. Making things from scratch is so much less expensive than going and buying. Like I made a kind of knockoff version of Chick-fil-A's chicken strips. Jack loves them. Way less expensive than getting like a chicken strip meal where you get 3 strips of chicken in it, and it costs like, I don't know, almost $6. I mean, with all the stuff that I bought, it was maybe $6 to feed all of us. So you kind of thinking about things like that, going, okay, it may take me a little bit of time, but if I have the prep work done, if I've already got things thought out and I've got things labeled so I know what goes with what, then it's going to be a lot easier to do this. So, yeah, so those are just kind of the things that we're going to be putting on there. The other thing is I've had people ask me about, okay, like shopping for clothing and stuff like that. I have this idea. I do what's called a capsule wardrobe, where I have a few pieces and I just kind of mix and match them and kind of put them together. And
the closet?
And
the capsule wardrobe.
And I'm just not sure how to do a video on that yet, because I don't want to be changing all these outfits. So I'm thinking maybe Katie can be my Vanna White, and you know, kind of have one outfit on and then kind of show how to put other things together, so that way you're not going out and buying more clothes.
Yeah.
Use what you already have, because in my capsule wardrobe there may be like 4 things that I bought brand new because I just needed new things.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that, because most of mine is, you know, thrift store, Walmart, Meijer, when things are on sale, like if I get a really good sale. Now, I will tell you, the one thing that I buy that I actually invest in are my jeans, because I'm very particular about the jeans I wear, the jeans that I actually love, because they're made to fit girls who have a little more stuffing, maybe, are Old Navy's jeans. Like they make a variety there just for curvy people. So those are the things that I will invest in. But my jeans,
tops I like to invest in because I put them under everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm long torsoed. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Long waisted or torsoed, and it's hard to like get anything to fit me. That
yeah.
I
Shush, Gina.
you.
She does actually. If you look, she's real long torso. Because if you look at us sitting, she actually looks like she's taller. And I've got a really short waist. My dad used to make fun of me and tell me I put deodorant on my hips. Because I just don't have a whole lot in between, like, my shoulder and my hips. But, but knowing how to kind of put that together and still look pulled together, it's something that it takes a little practice. Oh,
Hi!
Look, Kevin's back.
You can stay.
Are you
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's one of those things that I want to do a video on that. I'm just not sure how to do it yet. So Katie and I might
we'll figure it out.
We'll try to figure it out. So,
people's.
but yeah, I mean, just trying to, I guess, knowing that everything doesn't have to be new. Everything doesn't have to be, and like I said, like with my jeans, like I'll wear them for years. Like I've had the same pair of jeans probably and they're just now the cuff is starting to rub off on them. I've had the same pair of jeans probably for 6 years.
What?
So,
Lucky. I'm like.
well, you grow out of yours.
I either grow out of mine or I tear them. Cause like the boys go through the jeans like that, and I'm a little bit slower. But
Crystal,
I
hate shopping too. I hate it. I don't like.
I'm okay with shopping.
I wind up returning more things when I shop because I also hate trying things on. Like when I go
That's where you
clothing shopping, I'm like so Walmart ready. I barely look like I just rolled out of bed because I hate unbuttoning and all that. I hate trying stuff on. So I don't like shopping. I've never liked shopping. I've been one of those girls where it's
I like shopping for clothes. I usually don't go with one of the males in my family, but even when I go shopping with mom, she's just like, okay, I'll go look at something else and you can do this for however long you need to. And I'm like, okay.
So, but yeah, so that's kind of pretty much our show. We're almost done, and Kevin.
The most fun part about watching this show is I'm listening to it on YouTube as I drive. No, you don't have to change camera. The most fun part about it is trying to see them figure out my handwriting from the show notes.
Yeah, that's always fun.
So
is that full or fall?
We didn't know. We didn't do some of the stuff.
It was great. No, it was great. You guys did a wonderful job.
So I mean that's pretty much our show.
Did you do this?
We did.
Great, I missed that
Look,
part.
it's like a
I have a great idea.
It's like the funnest thing ever. So
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm home right in time to say goodnight.
Yeah.
And I saw comments, but I couldn't respond to them because I was at work. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
It is so good to be back on a live stream and
It
to be
is.
hanging out with our friends.
Even though you weren't here.
Well, I felt like I got to be a spectator and
Yeah.
you guys held your own. You were really awesome.
It was funny because he wanted to start out in the garage. And
I
was
totally did.
not happy about that because my nose gets cold really easily. So I'm out there, and our original picture was me in my Eskimo coat, and I'm all zipped up to here, and then I have my hood pulled down, and all you can see is like this much of me.
You look like Nanook of the North. Did you guys go over the chickens thing?
We did. Probably not as well as you would have.
That's all right.
So that
I wanted to add something to the jelly conversation.
Okay, here you go.
I know we should probably say goodnight, but
That's all right.
Oh no.
oh no. I am I'm not a huge strawberry jelly guy. I don't like strawberry jam. This woman makes incredible jelly and jams. But I have always been a huge fan of store-bought grape jelly. I love it. There's probably a 2-year-old jar of grape jelly in here
Ew.
from me because I like keeping it around. I like eating it. I have my signature snack. Yeah, so that's the one thing I haven't let go of yet as we've entered into the dynamic.
She only uses it when we have biscuits, which
Not always. I make the grilled PB&J.
I wanted
Did
to
you
say,
see how it got quiet, everybody?
I wanted to say, Two Family Homestead, we would it would be wonderful to see you in Urbana, but we have an issue because both of our cars are in the shop right now.
Oh my
so
gosh.
It's
We have
been a
3
little
cars.
bit of a. It's been a. My mom told me, it's like, she goes, you need to just count your blessings, Heather. It's been just kind of one of those weeks, and I have been. Because, I mean, when stuff like that first happens, my first response is to get angry, explode, and then cry.
Move that.
So, okay, here we go.
There you go.
And then, but, you know, my mom's right.
Yeah.
You know, and so I've been going, okay, you know what? I have a roof over my head. There's food on my table. My husband has a job. I have wonderful kids.
I don't have it. Just
you.
a job. I have 3 jobs.
So, you know, I am counting my blessings, and though
Yeah.
even this bump in the road has happened, we're gonna be okay. So.
Yeah, it's rather, you know, after you get done crying through it or being mad about it, you
Yeah.
kind of have to laugh because it's just so, like, annoying. I mean, first the Durango went down,
Yeah.
and it's back, it's okay, not great, we're not doing a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
Then our other 2 cars go down to the point where you're like, I can't drive that. That's going to be worse if I drive it. And you just kind of have to giggle a little bit, go, you know, if you take this really seriously and if you take this really hard, it's going to pull you apart inside. And especially me, because I'm not mechanically inclined. I did look up, I challenged the envelope and I looked up a YouTube video on how to change the brakes on a Dodge Caliber because I came this close to thinking about
But you have
doing
to have
it.
a special tool to do it.
You have to be mechanically inclined, which I
There's
am
a
not.
certain mom is the person who knows that, like, yeah, she can know without looking at anything that you need a special
You
tool
need a
for
special
that.
tool
And we
for
do
that,
not
yeah.
have that.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
so,
So
yeah.
anyway,
But
I just thought it was.
I wanted to drop some Jesus with y'all. I was on my with one of my friends. I am doing a Bible study thing over YouVersion and plan and all that. And the thing today was God can give you joy, and it's not through things. Yes, things make you happy, but true joy and happiness comes through Jesus. And once you realize that, it's kind of I don't know. For me, it's been made some things less stressful, and it's made me realize that these things don't really matter, because that's not where my happiness goes. My happiness comes from up there. It doesn't come from this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
oh no,
That's awesome.
Preach it,
Thank you,
sister.
Katie. Wow.
Yeah.
So tune in tomorrow morning for Katie's Bible study.
Wait, what?
If you don't know it, we are a Christian family. We're a believing family, and we're so grateful that you tuned in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us. Do we have anything else?
We don't have anything else.
We can't get better than what she just said.
I know.
So let's say goodnight. I'm going to pray for us, and we're going to get out of here. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, let's pray.
All right.
God, we thank you so much for the time that we got to spend with this awesome, amazing community of people. We thank you for the homesteaders in YouTube land that are breaking ground in new ways and doing new things and returning to some of the great old things that have always been the right thing. We thank you for each person on this live stream. We pray that you'll watch out for them, that you'll be in their midst. And God, thank you for the blessings of the day. And thank you for the joy that can't be stolen. In your son's precious name, amen.
Amen.
All right, so things to look forward to. Do you have any previews of
Well, I
videos
just told
coming
him,
up?
I said we've got about 5 videos that and we're releasing them about every 3 or 4
And
days.
I'm thinking about
Are you going to talk about doing sewing videos? Because
No.
you keep
We're not gonna
saying
do
it and
it.
we never get to it.
I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. I was
Life
gonna
happens.
say, yeah, life happens. I was gonna say, maybe we should make a bagel video and show them how to make the bagels that we've been
Like do it
prepping.
live?
Yeah, that'd be
Sure,
awesome.
we could do it live if you wanted.
Could I throw I love the everything bagel, but what about sesame seeds?
I don't have any sesame seeds.
I know, but what if we got some and we put
Okay.
them on the bread that they make? the sesame seeds on the bread is my favorite, and then you
I
could
don't
have
think-
everything bagels and sesame seed bagels.
Yeah, but sesame seeds isn't in everything stuff.
I
Do you know
didn't
that?
understand the
I
secret.
do.
It's like
I just
the
like-
garlic and the sesame seeds and the everything stuff all in one thing.
I think that's what their polite way of telling me no.
Well,
No.
we'll see.
We'll pray about it.
We'll pray about it. All right.
That's the Christian way.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, guys.
So we're gonna say goodnight and
Have a great night, and as always,
more updates as we go.
more updates as we go.
Bye. We're gonna end it.
That X right,
X right there.
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 There. Okay.
And
And